Okay, Flat Earthers, Flat Earth Debunk 101. So I have gone through the trouble of, studying some of the matter to your level. Okay? Your first trick is that you want us to ignore that gravity exists. So let's put an end to that bull crap. Gravity, or whatever you want to call it that makes things go down, okay? Whatever you want to call those things that makes things go down, that is what we call gravity. And that which makes things go down is also that which makes water form around the surface of the earth. It's also that which makes the moon go around the earth and not float away. It's that which makes you have to stand up to be upright. Gravity is that which pulls things to the center of the earth, the core. But wait, because you don't realize that the earth is spherical, you keep arguing against gravity because you are insisting that the earth is flat. Well, that's nonsensical because things fall down. They don't fall sideways. They don't fall in any random direction. Depending on the time of day, they go down. And when water has to go down, and it does, it forms around whatever surface it's leveling into. See, when you guys say, water finds its own level, yeah, it finds its own level, but that doesn't mean that it stays flat from one part of the planet to the other. It finds its level around the center of mass. And that center of mass is the core of the earth. Now, this is the part that you don't want to accept. So now you're going to try to redefine down and redefine mass and try to ignore gravity and all the other stuff. But all you're doing is making things seem more absurd. Something's causing things to fall down. There's some reason why things go down. And you can't say it's density because things of different weights will fall down, or things with different densities and weights will fall down at the same speed. Now, true enough, you can have certain objects that are so lacking density that they'll fall slower because of that air pressure that's affecting them. But once you reach a certain amount of weight and density of an object, you can have that object be 10 times as dense, 100 times as dense as another object, and those objects will still fall at the same speed. The only thing that interferes with an object's ability to fall is the air pressure underneath them as they're falling. Those atoms of air have to move out of the way, and they can't move out of the way fast enough than the object's 9.8 meters per second drop. So they're going to push up, but the pushing up is not as intense as the drop itself. So some of those objects will fall down slower than others. Now, I'm trying to explain this in such a way so that you flat earthers will not be able to come back with some nonsense about gravity being fiction. That leads me to the other thing. Stop abusing the Bible. Stop abusing the Bible to get around the truth. If you want to throw God into this, recognize that God created the universe. God created this planet. God created these forces of nature. And you are disrespecting God's creation. You are disrespecting the work that God put into creating the earth and the universe and these forces of nature. And so you insist on ignoring them. How can you ignore gravity? That doesn't even make sense. So that you can win a petty argument because you're afraid to go to hell? If you don't believe everything literally in the Bible, if you don't literally believe that the earth has four corners and it's a circle. Because part of the Bible says the earth is a circle, and the other part of the Bible says the earth has four corners. So what you gonna do? You gonna put four corners of a circle? See, I'm talking on your sarcastic, cynical, irritable level to get the point across, you flat earth idiots, that your teaching, your doctrine is ignorance. And you are a sandbox a proving ground for other forms of ignorance in the world. This whole rhetorical manipulation that's so popular now, ever since George Bush and his ilk and his buddies will go around trying to convince you that the opposite thing is the best thing to do. Hey, taking money from poor people helps them get rich. Stopping healthcare makes people healthier. You know, things that go down can go back up. I mean, the whole absurdity of propaganda and this opposite propaganda technique has been around since the Cheney years. And exporting this to the world to make people who are not quite as informed of the rhetoric and to be emotionally collapsed by that rhetoric, whether it be through persuasion or coercion, that rhetoric and that ability to manipulate people in other parts of the world so that they are not as strong and clear, to stop your polluting ways, to stop your exploitation, to stop your corporate domination. That's what the flat earth is about. So no, flat earthers, no. Stop lying. I am going to put an end to it myself. I don't care what it takes. There is not going to be a single post on YouTube that will escape my response. And if any of you have the gall to try to challenge me in an open forum, an open debate, a live open debate, feel free to try. Nathan Oakley tried, and he lost his temper and melted into a bunch of temper tantrum crying when I got on his channel. So I challenge any one of you to have the courage to try. Meanwhile, I am going to undo the ignorance that you guys teach. See you soon.